Here is a rundown on Sam Bankman-Fried on life in prison with Diddy and how Democrats stole his money and betrayed him. Featuring Sam Bankman-Fried by Tucker Carlson. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, is currently serving time in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. He's been there for about 2 years, and it's been a life-changing experience. The prison is a dystopian environment where the staff is trying to be helpful, but the conditions are harsh. Sam has had to adapt to a new routine, reading books, playing chess, and working on his legal case. Despite the challenges, Sam seems more relaxed and less jumpy than he used to be. He attributes this to having time to reflect on how to communicate more effectively. He's also had to confront the reality of being in prison, where the smallest things become significant. Sam's experience has taught him that intelligence and hard work are important. But there are other qualities that can make someone successful and productive. Sam's views on the digital world have also changed. While he prefers having access to technology, he's realized that it's not the only thing that matters. He's seen people in prison who are surprisingly good at chess, despite not having a traditional education. This has made him question what we mean by intelligence and how we measure success. Sam's also spoken about his experience with the Democratic Party. He gave a lot of money to their campaigns, but when he needed their help, they were nowhere to be found. He thinks that Gary Gensler, the head of the CKE, is corrupt and more interested in self-advancement than in doing what's right. Sam's experience has taught him that politics is often about personal gain rather than moral principles. As for the future of crypto, Sam has complicated feelings. He's seen the industry move very fast, but he's not sure if it's moving in a good direction. He's still passionate about the potential of crypto, but he's also aware of the risks and challenges. Despite being in prison, Sam is still thinking about the future and how he can make a positive impact. Sam's story is a fascinating one, full of unexpected twists and turns. From his rise to fame as a crypto entrepreneur to his fall from grace, he's learned some valuable lessons about life, politics, and the digital world. His experience in prison has given him a new perspective, and he's still thinking about how he can make a difference. He believes that the Trump administration had a more favorable view towards crypto, but the Biden administration has been more restrictive. Bankman-Fried thinks that the US has been uniquely difficult to work with in terms of crypto regulations, which has hindered the industry's growth.
Tucker Carlson pointed out that the original idea behind crypto was to give individuals freedom and privacy in their financial transactions, but that hasn't happened.
Bankman-Fried agrees that the technology is not yet ready for widespread adoption, but he believes that it's not far off. He thinks that if the industry continues to make progress, we could see a world where a quarter of the population uses crypto wallets daily with privacy, security, and speed.
However, Carlson wonders if world governments would allow this level of freedom and privacy.
Bankman-Fried thinks that it's possible for governments to have some level of oversight without controlling the entire system. He notes that not all governments view crypto the same way, with some being more authoritarian and insular. Bankman-Fried also discussed his personal situation, saying that he doesn't have any money left after his company went bankrupt. He claims that if things had gone differently, there would have been enough money to pay everyone back with interest, but instead, the assets were dissipated quickly.
Carlson asked Bankman-Fried if he thinks he was the biggest criminal in the crypto business, to which Bankman-Fried replied that he doesn't think he was a criminal. However, he acknowledges that the DOJ has accused him of wrongdoing.
Bankman-Fried also discussed the concept of effective altruism, which he believes in. He thinks that it's possible to do the greatest good for the greatest number of people, but he acknowledges that it's not always easy to know what people need. He notes that it's better to focus on helping people you know, rather than trying to solve problems in distant lands.
Bankman-Fried agrees that it's a complex issue, but he believes that it's possible to make a positive impact both locally and globally. Carlson asked Bankman-Fried if he can think of a recent international aid project that was an unequivocal success.
Bankman-Fried mentioned that there have been private projects that have been successful, such as efforts to combat malaria. but he couldn't think of a recent government aid project that was a clear success. He's currently serving time in prison and isn't exactly thrilled about marking another year behind bars. When asked how he plans to celebrate, he replied that he wasn't going to tell Diddy, his fellow inmate, about his birthday. However, he did acknowledge that someone else might spill the beans. As for how he's coping with life in prison, Sam Bankman-Fried mentioned that the hardest part is not having anything meaningful to do. He's been trying to stay occupied, but it's tough when every day feels like the last. He's also aware that prison time can take a toll on one's physical and mental health, with studies showing that people age at roughly 3 times the normal rate while incarcerated. The conversation then shifted to the medium of exchange in prison, which Sam Bankman-Fried described as a muffin economy. Apparently, muffins are a valuable commodity, and people trade them for other goods and services. He even joked that the muffin economy is more reliable than the crypto market he used to be a part of.
Tucker Carlson asked Sam Bankman-Fried to compare the two, and he replied that while muffins aren't exactly fungible, they're close enough. However, he noted that the muffin economy has its limitations, particularly when it comes to large transactions. He also mentioned that he doesn't actually eat the muffins, preferring to hoard them instead. The conversation took a more serious turn when Tucker Carlson asked Sam Bankman-Fried about the people he helped in Washington, particularly the Democrats he donated to.
Sam Bankman-Fried revealed that he received some nice messages from people in D.C. after the collapse of EEX, but those messages stopped coming after 6 months.
Tucker Carlson expressed his outrage at the government's treatment of Salem and his wife, who was also charged despite the government's initial promise not to do so.
The conversation also touched on the topic of effective altruism, which Sam Bankman-Fried was a proponent of before his downfall. He mentioned that having children wasn't part of his philosophy, but he did feel a sense of responsibility towards his employees, whom he referred to as his 300 children. However, none of those employees have visited him in jail. He also mentioned that YouTube is suppressing his show, which he finds immoral and wrong. He encouraged viewers to subscribe to his channel and share the video to get around the suppression. Thank you for tuning in. Please click follow button. And just remember, subscription is only £1 or $1 per month. Leave a comment or review. Until next time, happy listening.